Hello, everyone. Today, I'm going to be making predictions for UFC 318 Holloway versus Poirier 3. I'm going to be honest, this is an absolute dog shit card. I'm going to be in and out of consciousness during this. I'm going to be in my living room, looking up at it, falling asleep, waking back up. I'm just kidding, but at the same time, none of these fights have any real. Not a single fight on this card has any implications. I'll say this. This is kind of fucked up to say. It's literally impossible that anyone here has a memorable moment for their career, except maybe Holloway or Poirier. Maybe, but for the most part, I don't think anyone on this card can have a real turning point moment in their career. You know, no one can earn a title shot on this card. No one can no one can advance their career on this card with these fights. Regardless of that, I'm going to predict these 100% correct this time. All right, and also, for those of you in the comments with the 100, chill on the 100% correct. I strive to be 100% correct. I really fucking try. I do my research. I've been watching every event for years now. And I strive to be 100% correct. And I'm going to try again today. And I'm going to put it in the fucking title. All right. So I went 9-3 on the last card. I think I went 11-1 on the one before that. I'm not doing bad. All right. Give me a little bit of fucking credit here. All right. I couldn't have predicted fucking Tuco Tokos to randomly turn it on. I mean, against, of course, against fucking Junior fucking Tafo Bell. Junior Tafo Bell. Yeah. Of course, he turns it on randomly against him and gets a W. But that's besides the point. Let's get into these early prelims here, all right? I mean, these early prelims, let me tell you. Carly Judas versus Nicole Cagliari this is a badass fight. All right. I'm going to be picking Nicole Cagliari by sub, just based on the fact that she's just got more experience, more submission wins. Carly Judas kind of has a lot of split decision wins. She's kind of a finisher, so I'm going to take Nicole Cagliari. What is there to say about this fight that hasn't already been said? All right. I mean, this one's been talked to death. All right. So let's move on to the next one. Next here, we got Bruno the Hulk Ferreira versus Jackson McVeigh. Jackson McVeigh, I believe he had a fight against... I honestly forgot who he was supposed to fight. I think he may have been supposed to fight on 317. I think he was supposed to fight another LFA guy. But honestly, he gets a big upgrade here in opponent. And, McVeigh is 6'4". He's a lot bigger than Bruno Ferreira. But, I mean, he is... I mean, I'll be 100% honest with you. I attempted to watch fucking Jackson McVeigh fucking LFA shit, and I got the UFC Fight Pass, and you know what? I fucking looked this shit up, and it didn't fucking work. You try to click on the video, it didn't fucking work. But I'm going to go with Bruno Ferreira just based on the fact he's got a lot of experience in the UFC. He's got a couple of good wins. I mean, he beat RoboCop. He beat a couple other guys. He got KO'd by Ruziboyev, but I just don't think that this guy is on the level of... an Abu Smagomedov or a Nursultan Ruziboyev. The odds are not on here, but I'm sure Ferreira would be a large favorite. My apologies for not knowing this LFA guy. All right, I know you guys. I'm sure everyone here, everyone watching is all they've watched all 6 of these fights. All right. Anyway, next. We've got Ryan Spann versus Lucas Brzeski. I'm picking Ryan Spann by KO. I think Berzuski or Berzeski, however the fuck you say it. I mean, he's 1-5 in the UFC. How many guys even stay in the UFC at 1-5? All right. I mean, guys have been cut after like 1 loss, 2 losses, 3 losses. This guy's 1-5 in the UFC. He randomly beat Walter Walker, which is kind of funny, kind of crazy. But that just goes to show you how random this heavyweight division is. However, I think he's going to lose. I mean, he's losing to bums. I think he's going to lose to Ryan Spann. This is Ryan Spann's second fight at heavyweight. And, yeah, I think he's going to go out here and get a dub. Yeah. So that's all I have to say. I think, yeah, he's going to get probably a KO victory against Lucas Berzeski. All right, next we got Jimmy Crute versus Marcin Prachnio. I honestly, for some strange reason, this is like the fight. I don't know why. I've watched the most fights back, like within the last like day. I've watched the most of these guys like fights back in the day. Back in the last day. Sorry. Don't know why. Because I had a hard time picking between who I felt was going to win. And I don't give a fuck if Jimmy Crute has not won since fucking 2020. He's had 2 fucking draws and like 2 losses since then. I don't give a fuck. I'm picking Jimmy Crute to win. He looked good against Rodolfo Gelato. All right. And, Marcin Prachnio's kind of got good striking, but I feel like Jimmy Crute does as well. I feel like he's got some decent, he's got those spinning back kicks. He's got some decent hands, and I think he's going to be able to match the striking of Marcin Prachnio kind of well. And I feel like Jimmy Crute's also kind of good on the ground. So I'm picking Jimmy Crute by decision. I think he's going to do well on the ground against Marcin Prachnio. We saw Prachnio get held on the ground by, Vitor Petrino, who is kind of good, is, not that good. That guy got KO'd and lost to Anthony Smith. So, hey, I mean, Jimmy Crute also lost to Anthony Smith. So I think, you know what? MMA math-wise, I'm going to go with Jimmy Crute here. All right. This fight right here, Adam Fugit versus Islam Dulatov. I'm excited to see this. I'm gonna take Islam Dulatov. He's got fast hands. He's got a lot of KOs, a lot of first round finishes. I think he's finished all of his fights. This is his UFC debut. He's coming off the Contender Series. I don't know. This guy gets glazed by like Dana White. I feel like, if I'm not fucking mistaken, at one point this guy was like put on the main card. This guy was put on the main card of this event, and I think they moved it around. I think that the reception of the fights that have been on the main card of this event have been pretty fucking horrible. So he got moved around. I could see it being a problem, seeing that his reach is 0 inches and his leg reach is 0 inches. But I mean, this guy, he moves around like an invisible ghost here. He's a 170-pound fucking blanket on you. You can't even see him. All right. No. Unfortunately, the UFC cannot update this shit for any guys who come off the Contender Series for some strange reason. But yeah, I think he's got fast hands. I think he's going to get a first-round KO over Adam Fugit. He's aggressive, like we saw on the Contender Series. Adam Fugit's kind of old. Yeah, I think he's going to go out there and get a first-round KO. However, I think this is a good debut fight. I think this is a good opponent to get in your debut. I don't think he's like a super duper prospect, but I think he could be, we'll see where he goes from here. All right. I'll say that. I think if the odds were here, I have not looked at the odds on any sports books or anything, but I think this guy, he might be like a -400 favorite. Maybe more. I don't know. Next, okay, so you know what? For the prelims, I've taken Islam Dulatov, Jimmy Crute, Ryan Spann, Bruno Ferreira, Carly Judice. All right, now let's get on to the prelims. That was the early prelims. All right, we got Atiba Gauthier versus Robert Valentin. Valentin 0-2 in the UFC. Loss got held up against the fence by Torres Finney, if you don't remember. I'm going to go with Gauthier here. He's a really good striker, got a really long reach, a little bit taller than Valentin. Is that how you say it? I think so. A little bit taller. Good striker. I saw him, on the Contender Series. He's like, this guy's like timing knees with takedowns. I feel like we could see a KO here. Valentin, obviously 0-2 in the UFC, not showing anything spectacular so far. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Atiba Gauthier. This was on the main card, by the way. We were for a second, if you Googled UFC 318, I think this was the fucking co-main event. All right, but the bout order got moved around. All right, next fight. We've got Francisco Prado versus Nikolai Vertenikov. All right. These guys are both have not had a lot of UFC experience. I like the striking from Vertenikov, but I believe this guy's losing to complete bums in the UFC. I don't think he has a win in the UFC. Prado's kind of losing to like Jake Matthews and like Daniel Zellhuber. This is kind of an MMA math take, but we've seen some. We've seen some decent showings from Francisco Prado, but not really from Vertenikov. So you know what? I know you hardcores watching. I'm sure you have all, you've watched every single one of both these guys' fights. I'm going to go with Francisco Prado here. All right. Next, we've got the People's Main Event. Unfortunately, this got moved to the fucking prelims. What is the UFC thinking? I don't fucking know. We've got Brendan All-In Allen versus fucking Marvin Vettori. All right. I think we're going to see some goofy shit in this fight. You already know. There's going to be some complaining in the octagon. There's going to be, a lot of mistakes made. A lot of random mistakes made in here. Marvin Vettori is a fucking walking punching bag. So I'm going to be picking Brendan Allen. I know they're both they're both coming off some losses. I think it's going to be a goofy fight, but I'm going to take Allen by decision. He's been more active. And like I said, Vettori's just a fucking walking punching bag. Vettori is the guy that we all wish we had at the gym where, he could just, walk at you and then you could throw punches at him and he just doesn't give a fuck. He just fucking eats them, right? But I think if I were to train with Marvin Vettori, I would get so much better, probably so quickly, because I can work on my footwork and shit and also throw punches at him. And, I just got this guy fucking walking at me. And I feel like you can work on a lot. It's like a great, like I said, just a moving punching bag. But yes, I am excited for this fight right here. Next, another fight that I am excited for, Vinicius Oliveira versus Kyler Phillips. I think Vinicius Oliveira is going to win, probably by KO. Phillips honestly looks mid a lot. And Vinicius Oliveira is, I love his style, always looking good, just getting fucking flying knee KOs. I think Oliveira's going to win this fight for sure. I think he's going to beat the shit out of Kyler Phillips. I think, it's going to be a tough night for him. Yeah. What else is there to say about this? Nothing. Next up here. On the main card. All right, so you know what? I'm going to stop fucking moving too fast. I'm going to go over my picks here. I'm picking Vinicius Oliveira, Brendan Allen, Francisco Prado, and Atiba Gautier. All right. Next, we got fucking Michael Fluke Master Johnson versus Daniel Zellhuber. Now, I mean, back in his day, Michael Johnson beat fucking Dustin Poirier, and there's other guys that are good that he's beat that I'm fucking forgetting. But this guy's got a 24-19 record. This about sums up his career, like, you know, what his fucking career was like. But Unk is out here randomly getting fucking wins. I think he's on a 2-fight winning streak. Zellhuber is good. I mean, he's had some banger fights. But I just think Michael Johnson's just fucking old. I think he's getting a step up in opponents, you know, compared to his recent fights. Obviously, Zellhuber's a big favorite, I think, for good reason. Yeah, I think Michael Johnson, he's going to get outstruck, probably KO'd at some point in this fight. I could see this going to a decision, actually. I could see this going to a decision. But yeah, I think it's obvious to many of us. Old Michael Johnson is going to fucking destroy. It's going to get destroyed by Daniel Zellhuber. I think this is going to be a good fight, though. I think like this is going to be one of Dana White's excuses as to why this was a good card, as to why we should not fucking complain. All right, and he's fucking wrong. All right, next, got Dan Ige versus Patricio Pitbull. Dan Ige is ranked number fucking 11 right now. I feel like that's kind of crazy. However, I don't give a fuck about Dan Ige's ranking. I'm picking Patricio Pitbull. All right. Ige always fucking, he does not do that well against guys who have good wrestling. I mean, I feel like Patricio Pitbull is currently currently as good as fucking Bryce Mitchell. All right. I know Patricio Pitbull is fucking 38. I don't give a fuck that he lost to Yair Rodriguez. All right. I'm fucking picking him to beat Ige. Similar height, not going to have like nearly as much of a disadvantage in fucking striking right here. He could get caught by Ige, but, you know, I think Pitbull's got a decent enough chin. I think he can do this. I think the UFC probably wants fucking Pitbull in the rankings. Why? I don't fucking know. I mean, he's 38. He's kind of fucking done. This is at 145. I mean, I don't really see this guy having more than fucking 1 or 2 more fights after this, depending on how this goes. I mean, if he gets KO'd here, I mean, I would assume that he's gonna hang it up. But I think he's got good grappling, and I think he's gonna beat Dan Ige. I think he's gonna beat Dan Ige by decision. I think it's gonna be not that exciting of a fight, but he's going to beat Dan Ige by decision. Yes. Next, we have Kevin Holland versus Daniel Rodriguez. This is the feature fight of the card, if you can fucking believe that. 1, why the fuck is Daniel Rodriguez on the main card in 2025? 2, why the fuck is he fighting a ranked opponent? He's getting a fucking ranked opponent. He's getting a chance to be ranked. You know, we could see Kevin Holland just randomly not, you know, he may not give a flying fuck about winning. And he may just throw himself into a fucking right hand from D-Rod randomly. So we could see this guy get fucking ranked because you really never know with Kevin Holland. However, I'm going to pick Kevin Holland because he's kind of been on a good run since he lost to RDR. Since he lost to RDR, it seems like he might have taken shit just a little bit more seriously. I mean, because there's no point in this guy fighting at fucking middleweight. They're way bigger than him. Obviously, he's a welterweight. He's a good, like, tall welterweight. Huge reach advantage over these guys. I could see a submission or a KO for Kevin Holland. I mean, I think D-Rod is old as fuck. I think Holland can get this done in any way he wants at this point. I mean, I think like we could see a good run from Kevin Holland. I don't see why not. How far up the rankings he can go? I mean, I would kind of like to see him versus Buckley again, if I'm being honest. I feel like I think Buckley would probably win that at 170. I feel like Buckley is probably improved a lot more than Kevin Holland has between the time they last fought. But I would like to see that after this. Maybe I'll make a fights to make video after this based on that. I don't know. But, man, I'm excited to see this on Saturday. Man, I'm excited to see fucking D-Rod on the main card. All right. Yeah, I mean, Kevin Holland, taking him, I think he can get it done basically any way he wants. This organization, kind of a joke that this fight is on here. They just threw it on here. Throw it on here. Dana White's like, oh, call Big, you know what? Call Big Mouth. Like, come on. This guy fights every fucking month. And, you know, I don't fucking know. This right here just speaks for itself. Next, co-main event. Paulo Costa co-main event in 2025. All right, versus Roman Kopylov. I'm picking Roman Kopylov. I think this is going to be, honestly, a good fucking striking battle. I think this is going to be like a bit of a back-and-forth striking thing. I think I'm going to pick Roman Kopylov. I think he's going to win. I think he has cleaner striking than Paulo Costa. I don't think Paulo Costa is that washed. I just think that this is how good he was the whole fucking time. Like, I think in 2018 or 2019, I thought this guy was going to fucking beat Izzy too. All right. Back in the day, I thought he was going to beat Izzy. But back in like 2018, 2019, like, I don't know, this guy was having a war with fucking Yoel Romero and losing to Izzy and shit. And I think this is just as good as he's been the whole time. I think he does not take this seriously. Has not improved really at all. He's 34. For some reason, I thought he was still fucking 30 based on how many times we've seen it. All I see him is on fucking the fight announcements on the UFC's Instagram, and then all of a sudden he's not on there anymore. He can't stop using the pull-out method. Okay? So, I'm taking Kopylov by decision. I'm predicting a very large bald spot for Paulo Costa. I think when you see the back of his head this weekend, I think that he could possibly be fighting for. He could be fighting for a hair transplant. I think he's about ready to go to fucking Turkey and get that hair transplant. Because this guy's getting fucking old, wasting time, losing his fucking hair. And he's about to get fucked up by Roman Kopylov. Actually, I think it's going to be back and forth. But I think he's going to lose. I think this guy would lose to fucking Joe Pyfer. He would probably lose to fucking RoboCop at this point. I just think he doesn't take it seriously. I think if he had been improving over the last fucking 6-7 years, we'd see a very different Paulo Costa, but he has not taken this seriously, obviously. I think he only shows up to fight when his career is completely on the fucking line. I think when he gets a call that he's about to get fucking cut from the UFC if he doesn't show up, I think that's when he shows up. So, unfortunately, that's what we have as our co-main event this weekend. And lastly, we got Max versus Dustin 3. The last fight, I will say this, people talk about how Max has like never been rocked prior to like Ilya. Honestly, fucking Dustin Poirier was rocking this guy in their last fight. This was in 2019. I know a lot has taken place since then. Yeah. Because Poirier is fucking old, He's got a bad hip. What did he get? Like knee surgery or something. Just been through a lot. So has Holloway, though. Holloway's had quite a bit of wear and tear. Been in a lot of long fights. He just got KO'd. So, I mean, I think Poirier could be fucking dangerous early. I don't know. We don't know if this guy's going to get KO'd again. I'm going to bet that he's not going to get KO'd again, though. I think his chin is, like, after a long layoff, like, a lot of the times, like, these guys' chins look kind of, like, they look okay. They look good. Like, Justin Gaethje comes back after, like, a long-ass layoff and looks decent against Fiziev. So, I'm going to go with Max Holloway. I think since their last fight in 2019, I think that was probably the best. Maybe the version that fought like Khabib and fought Conor the second time, and that probably the second and the third time, those versions of Poirier, those were kind of the best versions of Poirier that we saw. And then I think he's declined since then. He's lost a little bit of step. This guy got KO'd by Justin Gaethje, and he beat fucking Benoit Saint Denis. Got a title shot against Islam. Had a tough fight with him. But Holloway, since that fight in 2019, I feel like obviously he did not become champ. He did not end up beating Volk, but he did improve a lot. Beat Gaethje. Beat TKZ, beat Calvin Kattar. Only has lost to Volk, Ilya, and Dustin Poirier recently. But despite being up 2-0 on Max, I'm gonna pick Max. I think it would be kind of crazy if he went 0-3 in two separate trilogies in his career. That would be pretty interesting. Probably would be the only fighter to do that. But that would really fucking suck for Max to lose this fight. Obviously, Max wins. He kind of gains nothing. He's probably going to fucking call out Ilya Topuria, which is not going to be good. I'm sure he'll get KO'd again. And then, if he wins, he'll probably call out Ilya. If Dustin wins, then he just fucking retires. Or probably fucking not, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised. This guy, if we're being for real, this guy's been saying it's been his last fight for the last 3 fights. In the BSD fight, he was saying, like, this might be my last one. In the Islam fight, he's like, I think this is going to be it. Every time I go in there, I leave a piece in. I leave a piece of me in there, dude. And I don't want to do this till the wheels fall off, man. And, so I think... I would not be surprised if this guy came back, especially, and I feel like that's just fucking dumb, especially after you get the UFC to go to your home state, do a whole fucking send-off event. I know I'm going to be watching fucking 30-plus minutes of Dustin Poirier send-off video, the fucking Rihanna song, whatever the fuck it's called, Shine Bright Like a Diamond, whatever the fuck the Rihanna song is called. It's going to be playing. And I would not be surprised if I'm listening to that for fucking 30 minutes straight. And, So basically, this guy could come back. This guy could come back, especially if he fucking wins. Don't be surprised. If he wins, he's probably coming back to fucking fight Ilya. Be fucking for real here. Okay? But, I feel like that's just fucked up. Saying you're going to retire, making this whole thing about it. Calling it the last fucking dance like you're Michael fucking Jordan. I love Dustin Poirier, but he's not exactly been that in this sport. I think that's about all I have to say about this. So my picks for the main card, I'm picking Max, picking Roman Kopylov, Kevin Holland, Patricio Pitbull, and Daniel Zellhuber. All right. This is going to be one of the fight nights of all time. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this card. I'm hearing from my sources, and by my sources, I mean random posts on Instagram that fucking Joe Rogan is not going to be commentating on this card. Thank God. Thank God. I'm just about fucking sick of hearing Joe Rogan's commentary. the same phrases over and over again for fucking years and years and years. It's just like, it's just fucking grinding on you, all right? Listening to Joe Rogan's commentary, it's just like listening to a fucking fork against a plate. It's just like, and the people fucking defending Rogan's commentary, I don't even fucking hate Rogan like that. I just don't like his MMA takes and commentary. But the people defending his commentary and takes are like, one, probably only getting their fucking info about the sport from Instagram and shit. Instagram, TikTok, and Joe Rogan podcast, and or have never like fucking watched any other sports. Like if you watch the NFL or the NBA and like what like actual like good commentary for a sport sounds like, damn well it's not fucking Joe Rogan. All right. So anyway, that's all I have to say for now. Yes, I strive to get 100% of these correct, and I think I'm gonna fucking do it this time. All right, so yes, I'm keeping the fucking title as 100% correct. That's just gonna be it. Love it or hate it, regardless, I love you. All right. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Thank you for watching.